was beauty. Well, I guess it was. Was beauty always?
Yeah, always. I've always wanted to do hair. Even in high school, I was doing prom hair, and I didn't even know what I was doing.
Did you make money from it?
No, I didn't make money from it. I didn't. I know. I was like 16. I was 16. I was just like, sure, I'll do your hair. Like, I don't care. And then it wasn't until I went to the Bahamas on a family vacation. We actually went through Make-A-Wish. My little brother at the time had cancer, and we got a Make-A-Wish trip.
He's
we
good
would
now?
never be. What's that?
He's good now?
No, he passed away when he was 21 back in, oh God.
It's been a while now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been like 6 years now, I guess it's been. But we were in the Bahamas on a family trip, and there was a woman there doing cornrows. And she was charging, and she was putting the beads in. And the first thing I thought of was like, first of all, my parents can't afford that. We're here, for my brother. I'm not going to ask for anything.
For sure.
So I was like, I can do that. So I said, I did. I had brought my own cash.
Did you?
And I asked my mom if I could go to the gift shop and see if they had little rubber bands.
Do it yourself.
So I could do it myself. And I didn't know how to braid. I knew how to do a 3-strand braid, but I had never done like an actual French braid. Like
But it made sense.
like
It made
that.
sense to you.
But I just looked at the girl's hair, and I was like, it makes sense. It's just straight back lines. It was simple. And I did it on my little sister. I was like, come here, like, I want to do this. And my mom was like, what are you doing in there? I mean, it took me like 2 hours. Like, it took me a long time.
I still can't French braid.
Yeah, and I gave her these braids, and then I did it on myself, and I did it on my other sister, and everybody in the resort was like, we were in Atlantis, and all these people were coming up to us, asking us where we got our hair done. And the women who were the braiders there, they were like, who did your hair? Like, they were kind of upset because they were like, we didn't do it. Like, who did your hair? And my mom was like, my daughter. And I was 16 at the time. And she was like, she's really talented. She should charge. And in my mind, I was like,
Probably could have made a killing at 16.
Right? Yeah.
I didn't even think about it. I didn't
could've
think
made
about
a killing.
charging. It was not a thought in my mind.
Yeah.
And then I went back, and I was on the cheerleading team, and my cheerleading coach had just started cosmetology school. I was like, what? That's a thing?
Option.
I'm like, you go to school for hair?
That's how it was when I discovered video. That's the thing. Like, video
I can do that.
I was like,
for that?
wait, that's a thing? And they were like, she was like, yeah, it's Jean Madeline. It's an Aveda Concept School. It's in South Philly on 3rd Street, 3rd and Bainbridge. And I was like, I'll never forget it. I went home and I said, Mom, I don't want to go to college. I want to go to cosmetology school. And she was like, absolutely not. I was like, no, seriously, like, I really want to do this. And my parents were like, no, you have to go to college. You have to go to college. You have to go to college.
That was, yeah.
And then finally, I like made like a PowerPoint presentation. I was like, listen, I'll go to college, but let me go to cosmetology school first, and then I'll go to college. I said, this way I can get my business degree after I know how to do my trade. And they were like, that actually makes sense. And they couldn't afford college at the time. So they were like, sure.
But that's what society
That
was telling
actually-
them.
yeah,
to
that's what all
children.
the millennials were told. Right.
So in my mind, it appeased both of us. It was like, my dad was like, okay, I'll never forget it. My dad was like, all right, you're going to do this. Like, you're going to do cosmetology school, but you're not going to work at the hair cuttery. You're going to be someone. And I was like, hold my beer. Like, in my mind, I was like, let's go.
Hold that
And
Smirnoff probably at that time.
at the Smirnoff, yeah. Ice Mom. Sorry, Mom. My twisted teas.
Right?
Get out of here. Anyway, so I graduated, and I ended up telling my parents, I ended up getting a job at a luxury salon in Philadelphia, and they paid for my health insurance, and I was able to start off apprenticing, and I worked under some really amazing people, and I met Redken artists. Sam Villa actually asked me to be his assistant, and I turned him down. Biggest regret.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
I know. He wasn't nearly as big as he is now, but he was so talented. And I ended up not going to college, and I
Saved
just
yourself a ton of money.
I did. I saved myself a ton of money. And then it wasn't until we started our own business, that's when I took like small business courses. I started like doing like online stuff, because I did need some education there, because I had no idea what I was doing. So I started my little like business plan. I still have it. I had like a little business summary and like this whole thing. But
I had none of that.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't make a business. I have a business plan up here.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
I wrote it all out.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then I was like, you wanna come? She was like, sure.
Just tagged along and
Yeah,
look
I'm like
cool.
I like to do things spontaneously. Like if I have a gut feeling it's the right idea, it hasn't been wrong yet.
It's a parallel universe.
Yeah, isn't it
It's a
crazy?
parallel universe.
Right
What
for it.
are y'all's what are your signs?
Aquarius.
Libra.
Oh, I don't know about Libras that much, which is interesting. But an Aquarius, I love. I always get along with Aquariuses. I love that.
party,
Well,
man.
my rising is an Aquarius. I don't know if you know
Yes.
what that means.
Yeah.
You're gonna nerd out here on some
Well, I
signs.
want to ask what your Enneagram too. Do you know what your Enneagram is?
8.
You're an 8. Okay, that makes sense. You know what your wing is? You're either an 8-9 or an 8-7.
It's a 7.
Okay. I'm a 7.
Yep.
What the hell are y'all talking about?
Okay, so you don't know your.
You gotta look it
Wait,
up.
you sounded like
You gotta look it
You're
up.
a 2, right?
Are
you a 3-2
I'm a
or
3-2.
2-3? You're a 3-2.
What are y'all
You
talking
gotta
about?
look it up.
Yeah.
The Enneagram. It's so helpful.
It's
very
basically
interesting. What do we think
they
he
put
is?
they put a number to
He might
like
be an 8 too.
like your main type of
7-8.
personality traits.
Yeah.
So you can
It's like your main personality trait, and then your wing.
so you
like,
answer a bunch of questions. It's similar to like
It's interesting.
yeah.
See, you're not in the dating market.
You got it. That's right. You got it.
gotta
Know
know
your
this and
Enneagram.
talk to girls.
You do.
They're asking you that now?
Oh, yeah. We
What's
love
your
the Enneagram.
sign? What's your
I get the
rising?
sign thing.
All of that.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, yo, I'm a
is
Sagittarius.
You're
like-
rising?
I'm a
See, I
Sagittarius.
don't know about Libras. I'm not as good about
But
that.
I like I'm a Sagittarius.
I made the same faces at Leah. It wasn't until she like forced me
It's so good.
to like answer these
I'm so glad
It's
I'm not
fun.
dating.
I
I'm
think you
so
might
glad
be a
I'm not
7-8. I think you might be a 7 like I am, maybe a 7-8 or an 8-7. I
You
can't.
gotta look that up.
He could
I'm
be a-
curious as to what you are.
How long does it take?
10
long,
minutes.
couple minutes.
Yeah. I mean, you don't
We're
hear
gonna
it
send-
now,
we're
but I am
send it
curious
to
what
you.
you are.
I'll text you what I am.
Yeah. We'll send you. It's
Well,
like
why are you a
a
2? Is a 2 a bad thing or
No.
it's just
No,
me?
all of them are
You're
good.
3. 2
It just puts you in the category.
It just puts you in the cloud.
Yeah.
yeah. It kind
Everybody's
of just puts
good.
you in a
It's not a bad
category.
one.
Oh, it just puts you in the category.
Tells
Right.
you, it's almost like a zodiac except it's not.
Right, but it's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
So women are really asking you what's your...
Enneagram, zodiac.
You be lying just to piss them off too.
You haven't got
It's
the human
kinda like-
design, have you yet? Have you done your human design? That's a
Oh.
new
What is
one.
that?
I don't know what that one is.
That's a big
Wait,
one.
it's similar to like love language. I'm sure you're like
yeah, yeah.
couples,
That right there is the main one.
couples
Yeah,
take
that's
this
the
all the time
Yeah.
with your
That
partner.
one's like almost
We did the
like
love language. Me and
Well,
Amber did the love language.
we actually have love languages too, and I needed to know hers, and she needed to know mine because we're around each other so damn
Yeah.
much. I'm like, I need to know what's your love
Absolutely.
language.
Any part of the world, I need to know your love language.
I don't even know.
Let's just get that out of the way.
I don't
Friends
even
have
talk
love
about it.
too.
Yeah.
I don't. No.
I ain't
Like
never
some
gonna
people,
say
it's
that.
like gift gives. What are
Yeah,
the different
gift
ones? Like
giving,
gift
physical
giving,
touch,
physical
quality
touch,
time.
quality time,
Words of
acts of
affirmation and acts of
service. I'm words of affirmation.
Me, I am too.
Like gift giving is like the lowest for me. I
Unless you're
don't
telling me
think to
something
give
really
gifts,
nice.
and when someone gives me a gift, I'm thankful for it, but I don't.
I didn't get them.
I don't like love you anymore for it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I'm not good
It's
at.
thoughtful and nice.
People don't like giving me gifts because my reaction is, "Oh, thanks."
I'm not good at my
right.
reactions either.
I,
And then they're
I
like-
don't think to do
Oh,
that.
you hate it? No, I don't.
But you know what I will do? I will call you. I will call you and I will check in on you and I will send you a text that says like I'm thinking about you because I'm words of affirmation. I love to like,
I'm acts of service.
yeah.
A lot of guys are.
Oh, yeah.
Every single
Gotta
guy I
prove
meet
it
is
to
acts
me.
of
Gotta
service.
prove it
Do
to me.
you know what yours is? Are you acts of service too?
That means if something needed to be handled and you did it without me having to bring it up, I'm like,
That's yes. That
I
a
had
lot
to-
of guys
I
are
had to
that way. A lot. Yep.
appreciate you because it's hard being a guy.
No, you
It's
know.
hard being a guy.
It is hard. I'll give you that.
It's hard being a guy. Stay on track. Okay.
I know. Sorry.
So
Sorry, that was a fun side.
was.
See, I
It
can
was.
do that all day long.
okay, so we've had our own hurdles with business.
Yes.
What were some challenges you ladies when you because you didn't know what you were getting into? You knew.
Yeah.
You knew because you were in the
little
business
bit,
bit.
yeah.
But what were some of the challenges that you were like, if I knew this, like
I have a couple
I gotta
to
think.
give
Go ahead.
out.
I gotta think.
Yeah. Having contracts for our clients to sign was a big one for us. That was a big hurdle. We trusted
Got
too many
burned a few
people.
times. Yeah.
And it's not that people aren't trustworthy. It's just that I don't think that people valued us at the time, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. But we just trusted everybody. And so that was a big one. Contracts. Have a contract. Comparing ourselves to others, that was a big one. Tools and expensive products do not make you good at what
No.
you do.
No.
no,
You
they
can
don't.
have all the expensive stuff. You can have
Nice
everything.
foundation and nice brushes.
Yes. If
Mhm.
you don't practice and invest in education, all of that stuff doesn't matter.
But that wasn't even
If
a
you
hurdle
don't
for
know
us,
how to
'cause we
use
did.
it,
We always
right?
have.
If you don't know how to use it, it was more of the like in my mind. I kept
need
thinking
it.
like I need to have these things to because she has it.
Right.
You know, that constant comparing. That was like a big one. I was like, no, like that's not what's going to make you
Yeah.
good at your job. We have to keep practicing.
I think mine might have been like standing up for myself, like to wedding planners and photographers, or like,
Right.
you're gonna be here this time, and I'm like, okay. I just tend to be a little people pleasing a little bit sometimes.
Like to the detriment, like they had you there
Sometimes,
too
yeah,
late.
right?
And you're
And
like,
like,
this is
so
not my
so
time.
to hold my ground now, they're like, we need you done, or your time, like you're gonna start at 9, and this still happens like,
Yeah.
to this day, even though like we are professionals. Like you're gonna start at 9, and we need them done by 2:45. She's gonna be in her dress by 3, and I'm like, no. Or my timeline's gonna be 8 to 2 because I need an hour between when she gets done to when she needs to be dressed. And they're
hold
like,
on,
they just don't understand that, but they also don't trust me. I'm like, I'm a professional.
This camera
I don't
right
tell you how to do it.
Stop. Let's cut this out right here because me and him have. We learned a long time ago. It's the day starts with you two,
It does the entire
and
day.
you
Everything.
dictate the flow of everything.
Everything. If we're late, y'all are late.
Yep.
You move shots
Yep.
the entire day.
But,
and
you know-
we are never late.
But I will
Ever.
say, this is the thing with owning a business, especially a team. They don't say that, you know, Leah was that late. They say
No. They said
BlushTones
BlushTones
was late.
Yes.
So that's why we are so adamant about our timeline and to our team. We've had to let people go because they're not on time. Like it's
so
so
important to us.
important because we've worked really hard to maintain our reputation
will
and
be on
build it. And so we have these things in place because we book like 400 weddings a year. So we do this every weekend. So we
Thousands of
know
weddings.
that you have to be done with hair and makeup an hour before you need to be in your dress.
Because you won't actually be done by then,
You're
'cause
not
you're gonna be
really, you're, the bridesmaids are going to be late. Someone's going to be hungover from the rehearsal
all the
dinner. You're really not going to end up getting done. So
And that's
you need
fine.
longer
But we
time
just
than you
distrust us
think.
on the time. Like it's okay if someone's like, hey, you're next for makeup. Like, oh, let me go brush my teeth.
You just
and then
made
you're
me
gone
think
for
about
5 minutes.
Maybe it's not their fault.
Oh, it's not. If well,
It's
it
the
depends.
planner. Because what you just
Yes.
said
If the,
made,
but at
made
the
a
end of
lot
the
of
day,
If you don't
if the
speak
makeup
up for
artist agrees
yourself.
to it,
Speak-
it is
So
her fault.
this is how I see the purpose.
still the makeup
I'm not a
artist or
planner.
hairstylist.
Planners, I'm just telling you what I think.
Yeah.
or the brides.
The first, and I'm sure the good ones do this.
Right.
They probably reach out and say, "What's your timeline
Yes.
Yes.
for so I can implement it
Right.
to my
Some people will
timeline?"
fight it. So like my timeline is 8:30 to 2, but can you confirm the bride's dress time? And they're like, oh no, that works great. I'm like, no. I need to know her dress time because it's 3. Like, oh, they need to be ready by 3. Like, what does ready mean? Does ready mean in her dress? Does ready mean we're done with makeup? What does that mean?
Yeah,
I need
especially-
to know when is she in her dress.
Right, because the photographers and videographers sometimes get there to take pre-ceremony photos. They'll take like jammy shots, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes they'll do a first look. Sometimes they won't. So it's really about when she's getting into her dress.
That's when she is finished.
That is,
she is done. The party
you
is
need to
over.
be done with hair and makeup
Yeah.
an hour before that because she's getting into her dress at 3. We're going to be done at 2, and you have between 2 and 3 to get those jammy shots and those.
touch-ups or whatever we
Touch-ups
need.
and, like,
have some
those
buffer
cute
time in
little
case
things.
they're because I mean when bridesmaids are on time, it's almost like they're on time.
I know.
Look at this. They're not saying it's
happens.
early. It's
I learned a long time ago to befriend. That's why when I walk in, I speak to
Yeah.
beauty immediately. How you doing? I'm so and
How's it
so.
going?
How's your day
Yeah.
been going?
Yeah.
Give me because first of all, you get ladies have been there, and depending on how y'all react, how's it going?
Run away.
I
yeah.
know,
If
okay,
we
I
were
need
late,
to
it's
take
not because we were
charge.
late. It's because something has happened. I mean, both
things-
times my weddings,
No,
it's been
time
really
out.
late.
Speak for you two. No, some of y'all out here just be late.
Yeah, for sure. Some
Late.
makeup
No,
artists
no,
and
no, no,
hairstylists
like,
are
y'all
late.
Yeah.
Never.
But some of them are because they're newer and they don't. So what you're paying for a lot of times, we're a higher end makeup and hair company. Like
Yes.
we do charge
Yes.
a lot, and we're not shy about that. Like, but what you're paying for is the peace of mind. I mean, and the artistry, of course. But like besides that, like you're paying for peace of mind. Like
Experience.
we've
Same
exactly
thing with
we've done this a million times. Like we will not be there any earlier than we have to be. I don't want to be there at 7. Nope, at all, at all.
But if we have
Please
to
don't
be,
make me,
we
but I
will 100. We will
But I
be there
will
at 6:45,
Right.
ready to go right at 7,
Yeah.
like all day, every day.
Because you've seen it all. And that's the same thing we say. I mean, we pretty much we joke around with it. If we ever really wanted to, and we know there's more into it, but if I needed to run your day, I'm pretty sure I can.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I know what I'm looking for. I know the hurdle. Like
Right.
we all can sit in a meeting and say, in the back, you may not say it, but in the back of your mind, it's like, you're going to have a hard day.
Right.
because
You've planned this awfully.
and this is plainly
But
off.
we even know, like on our inquiry forms, we ask them what their ceremony time is, and if they're taking before pictures. If we don't take before pictures, they're probably going to have 2 hours. When they did, like if it's at 6, your ceremony, taking photos, they probably want to shoot in your dress by 4, which means we're going to be done by 3.
Well,
So,
and-
like we've known that for so long, we know how that's going to work.
Well, and
Mostly.
we've worked with a lot of planners and they've been great, but there are some people that don't have the money for a planner. They just don't. So we
true.
end up helping them plan their morning. We are the unofficial wedding morning coordinators always, because we've done it so many times. We're like, okay, you're probably gonna, if you're taking pre-ceremony photos, you're probably gonna want to be in your dress at this time.
Right.
Can you confirm your time with your photographer? We tell them to talk to you guys
Yeah,
first.
photographer is where I want. Not
Before
really-
they're
No, hold up,
planners.
time out. You tell them to talk to. Nobody ever talks to me. Just
We tell them to call Will
Yeah.
and ask them what time.
you should tell them to call
When
me.
do you need them?
Yes. When do you need them? And we will have them ready for you.
100%. Unless they're late. Yeah, if they're late, it's not our fault.
I'm gonna find a way to integrate that, but we moving on.
No, what? And I'm gonna.
I can talk
revert
about
back to the
timelines all
thought
day
of it.
long.
I'm gonna be like, when you
Yeah.
tell them to call me. Yeah, talk to the planner. Don't
Yeah.
ask me. I just
It's
wanna-
tough when they don't have the planner though. So
it
always
is,
invest in the planner. It's always worth it.
Because if they have a planner, the photographer is the.
And at this point,
planner.
we know most planners, so we are able to like even text them on the side
Yeah.
if we have to, which is nice.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Michael's on the track.
I think you're truly something special, 'cause I really like what you done to me. I can't really explain it. I'm so into you.
Pause in the action. You like this interview? You like the knowledge you're getting? You like our guests? We continuously do this week in and week out. So we'll be bringing content to y'all week in and week out. If you want to catch the next interview, like, subscribe, hit the ring bell for us. Get notified on the next episode of the Hustle and Motivate podcast. Let's get back into it.
So, when did you ladies know it was time to hire and expand? Because both of you've got like
I was gonna say, I
first of all,
can take it too.
how many employees do you currently have right now? How many flawless and BlushTone
contractors.
girls out there?
Okay, let's just make that
Contract.
clear.
How many
They're contractors.
BlushTones and Flawless girls out there?
I have
God, hold
10
on, let me
plus
think.
me. So 10, I guess. 10
Your girls have been
artists.
with you for a
They
long
stay-
time.
Both of our artists stay for a
Yeah,
while.
about
We've had a
8.
few come in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have
a few come in
8.
and out, but most of our girls stay with us, and we're really proud of that. We pay
Yeah.
them well and pay them on. I would say the way to keep artists is pay them well and pay them on time. Period.
Do good
Period to the
business.
end.
Do good
Give
business.
them money.
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
And make them
Can
feel
pay
like
their
they
bills?
can
They
be
can feel
themselves.
valued.
Yeah,
Make
like
them feel valued.
And paying
Yeah.
them well makes them feel valued.
You're an independent contractor, but we are really close.
Mm-hmm.
Like we are so chill. Like we tell them all the time, like, listen, we do have like you have to be available for a minimum of these amount of days during our peak season, but outside of that, take off. Go be with your family. Schedule vacation time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're
Take
really big
off.
on,
Like we don't
enjoying
care.
your freedom.
Like
Yep.
please go be a mom. Go on the trip with your boyfriend. Go have a girls trip. Go live your life. But you're not like trapped under this like 9 to 5 work schedule.
Right.
I mean,
I don't want it.
no.
I want to go on vacation, so like you should too. Don't get
Yeah.
burned out. I'd rather make a little bit less money and then make
Right.
me long term.
So,
And it's really what you put into it because some of our girls are hustlers. I mean, some girls are booking like 3 weddings every weekend, like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
go
They
get
want
it.
to. Yeah.
Because they,
I mean, it's a pretty good gig. I mean,
Right, it's quick money.
You are up early. You do kind of, you are tired because I've seen you literally have to be exhausted.
Yeah.
But you still do have kind of like your a whole day to do
Right.
other things. If
Right,
you
we're not
want
there
to.
all day like you guys are.
Yeah. So
do
you
need to-
guys are out by 2 or 3, maybe
Yeah.
4.
yeah,
Yeah.
Still got time
We're
to
late for us to
catch.
get out of there.
yeah, we're normally out.
Well,
It's like a later
I feel like
wedding.
I've seen you leave and go to another wedding before.
We have, but very rarely. It has to be like a small
Yeah,
wedding
it's
that's
very
early
rare,
and then a
yeah.
small wedding that's later. You know, it doesn't happen very often.
So when was the first time?
right.
First employee?
My first employee was Amberly, and I'll never forget it.
What year was that?
That was in, let's think,
Almost like a year after we started,
2000.
right? Ish.
15.
So about 2
Started.
years.
Yeah, about 2 years in.
Okay.
Well, honestly, our business plan was just supposed to be us.
That's what I thought.
It was
That's
just
what I
supposed to
thought.
be
That's
Leah
what
and
I always thought.
It was only supposed to be us. We were just going to book together. And then we started realizing, again, classic us, we do steps 7 through 10 before we do steps 1 through 6. So we were in it, and then we were realizing that these brides were asking for bride plus 9, bride plus 10.
That's what I was gonna find
And
out.
I was
How do you
like,
do that?
wait,
How
I
do you
can't
do
do that by myself. I need some help. I need an assistant. So I had called the cosmetology school here, Rudy and Kelly, and I'll never forget it. Lauren answered the phone, and and she could not be more approachable. She was so sweet. I was like, listen, I'm a local bridal hairstylist. I'm looking for an assistant. Do you have any young girls that would be interested in this? Maybe some graduates, anybody. And she was like, actually, you're not going to believe this. One of our educators is really into bridal hair. Wow. She would totally be interested. I'll have her contact you. So she did. She came in for an interview. And yeah, Amberly's been with me from the get-go. Yeah. She's been my rock. Honestly, my business wouldn't be where it's at right now without her. Yeah. She held down the fort when I was in Philly.
It was me and Amberly for a long time. But
when you abandoned
she basically managed.
757.
Yeah, she managed.
yeah, she left me.
She abandoned us. She was empty for like a whole year. Like,
I know. She
was
managed.
looking lost. Her skin wasn't like looking normal.
Kicking ass, man. She was managing the entire team while I was gone here in Hampton Roads. She was doing all the education. She was answering all the emails. She was really like, I would have had to quit if I didn't have her. So
that's huge because you've built your foundation here.
Yeah.
And I know your husband, because of your work and all that, your family, you guys had to leave.
Yeah.
First of all, I know that was tough because you two were away from each other. And on top of that, your business.
And it really grew while you were gone. I mean, really.
Yeah, it did. It did.
That timing of just a year, not because she was gone, but like just the way it happened. It really like
we started picking a business and I realized, I was like, wow, we need to hire more girls. And luckily I had just like put out a post and like a fair, it's weird because sometimes I'll put that out and I won't get really anything. And then other times I'm like swamped. Like a bunch of girls have reaching out like, can I work for you? And I was like, yeah, let's start interviewing. So I did. I interviewed, and then along came Madison and Sarah and Megan, and then Teresa came around and Jessica, and it just started growing.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm actually going to see the first girl that I hired didn't do makeup because I really wasn't established enough to attract, because doing hair, like they're kind of already doing hair. You know what I mean? Makeup's like most people don't just do makeup unless they're a makeup artist already. And I wasn't really able to attract already established makeup artists when I was kind of just being established. So I had to like take somebody who wanted to learn to be a makeup artist and then train them.
And then grow with you.
Not good at the time.
And then grow with you.
Godspeed. The girl that's still with me, I'm going to see her actually on Thursday. I'm leaving to go. She's in Kansas City now. So I have a BlushTones Kansas City location. And so I'm flying out to see her. I know.
Because you got a flawless location?
I had it up in Philly. I did. When I moved there, I had 2 locations going at the time. It's not, I ended up closing it down.
I'm not looking to do that again. I just trust her. Like she's been there so long and she's just so like, and loyal sometimes, and I don't mean that like she just
she is
loyal,
BlushTone.
She's just like my right hand kind
she's
of.
BlushTone.
Like,
she's like
really from the very beginning, and she's just stuck with me, man. Like through everything, she's been so supportive. And so her husband was military, and then when he got out, they were going to move back to Kansas City, where they're from. And she's like, "Can I take it with me?" And I'm like, "Absolutely."
Well, then we realized, because we were like, I had Amberly, you had Stephanie, and I was like, okay, well, I'll train Amberly to be my assistant. You'll train Stephanie to be our assistant. And then we were denying weddings left and right. I mean, all of a sudden,
money going away.
All of a sudden, it was like we were getting flooded with inquiries, and we kept. I mean, it was bad, and I was like, I can't believe I'm turning away all this money. It's crazy. But then all of a sudden, I was like, well, wait a minute. What if I train Amberly to be another artist, to do what I do, and then I'll hire another assistant to help the both of us?
Right.
And then we were like, wait a minute. We could just keep doing that.
And we just kept doing it. Yeah.
So then we were like, okay, we'll hire you as an assistant. We'll train you. Then you will set up a level system. You have to go through the assistant program and then promote to an artist level. And then we just kept doing that for years.
But now I'm able to like attract more of a higher client, like a higher artist. You know what I mean? Like they're not new. Like I don't have time to take you from like here's how you do eyeshadow. You know, like I do like to take girls and need a little tweaking because you don't have any like bad habits set in too much yet. Like I do like to take kind of like amateur makeup artists. I like to do that. It's fun for me teaching, right? Like I like that part of it. But my team's pretty solid right now. Like I'm not really looking to hire anybody new. It's like me plus 10. Like that's enough for me. I just really want to look for the next like year, maybe 2 to like really hone in on like those skills.
You want to know how you find out? Go to Instagram and type in BlushTone.
You're gonna have
all
like,
them names.
All the names.
Type in
so many.
Flawless.
So many.
Flawless this. Flawless. I'm like.
Yeah. And really, before 2020, it was only like me plus 5, and since 2020, I mean, I know business explodes and that sucks, but ours really exploded. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, I hired like 4 people since then, and it's just really.
So the pandemic didn't affect you guys?
Oh, it did. Okay. Absolutely.
Oh, it absolutely did. We had so many rescheduled weddings.
So many. It's like months.
But we also were really lucky because we book a year out. So we saw this wave coming. So it was 2020, but we had already been booking 2021. So then all of a sudden, all of these 2020 weddings were rescheduling to 2021. But then we were like, wait a minute, all of these people are still getting engaged. They're still like, I mean, life is still happening.
Yeah. They still need makeup in hair.
If anything, it's more so engagements over 2020. And I saw this wave of weddings. We were about to have double the amount of weddings in 1 year. And I was like,
insane.
I have to hire now so I can train them so they are ready to go in 2021 and 2022.
It's evening out now.
To get that,
it was insane. The 2021-22 season was just like.
Because even when you could, I would think, even during the pandemic, when you're at a limited number, I mean, you still have the limited number includes you guys.
Yeah. Right.
Because if there's a small elopement,
you still have
you two are part of that.
Right. So luckily, like catering, I feel like got hit hard because you're losing numbers.
Exactly.
You know, like venues kind of got hit hard because they maybe not going to venue. Like we got ours just moved.
It just went a different route.
Cancellations. Like if you and your friends are still going to be there.
Same here.
You know, like same for you guys. Like the numbers don't really matter.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're still going to have bridal party or even elopements. We still do those.
Yeah, but we had to shift everything. I was doing like virtual classes. Like I was still we still had to show up for our team because. And we had to shift the way we took rescheduling weddings. Like we'd never had to do that before. We were like, we don't know what to do.
I had no idea.
Like it was crazy.
Same thing here.
We did. We figured it out.
Accommodate and understand that they don't want to.
And everybody honestly really was. It was only like 1 or 2 people.
Yeah, a few problems here and there, but
I got lucky too. I think I had like 1 or 2.
Yeah, but that's anything.
But that's it because most of the time they got pregnant.
Yeah.
To be honest, they got pregnant.
And then they booked 2022
Yeah,
wedding. So it's like crazy how it all ended up working out. But yeah, that was crazy. But then even with hiring our teams, even now, like we've been offered and people have said to us, like, why don't you go national with this? Like you could take this concept and like really expand it.
Why?
And I was like, you lose quality of work.
Right.
We don't technically, as independent contractors, we actually don't owe them education.
Right. We just do it
at all. We do it because we want to keep that standard. And I mean, for hair, to speak for hair, there's really not a lot of education for bridal hair. There's just not. So people are out here winging it, watching YouTube videos or watching Instagram reels, trying to recreate what these girls are doing. But a lot of that is cut video and they're not showing how the prep work was done. So with our business, I'm like, listen, we're going to focus on shape and you will not see one bobby pin in any of our styles. Not one. If you do, please tell me. And I will
like zooming in on it.
This is
I've been looking now.
Right now.
Listen, these girls want to shake their ass on the dance floor later. Like it's got to hold up. It's got to hold up. So you can't skip any of the steps. That's why we book the time that we need because we want long-lasting styles that look natural and hold up, and you're not going to have to edit bobby pins out of the photos later.
But for those like wanting a team, like the time to do it, I'd say like you need to be turning away like at least like 50% of inquiries.
15.
You know,
50,
like something
I
like
would say
that.
that.
Like, or if you're getting a lot
40
of
to
big
50%.
bridal, you're having to find people. Like, it's not for everybody. It really isn't. Like, I don't think most people should have teams.
Just keep it one-on-one.
I don't think most people. I don't think a lot of people would enjoy having a team. It's a lot of work, and I enjoy it. Like I would be so bored without my team. Like they all hype each other up. Like I really enjoy it. I like being in charge of like a team. Like when we did group projects in school, like I'm
you just like being in charge.
I do. I really do. But I also like
husband.
really enjoy being I'm just call myself a boss, even though like they're not employees, but you know what I'm saying? Like I enjoy being a good leader. Like I hope my team, I think they would agree.
You also,
like,
right. I think we also figured,
Employee,
we also figured out how to
respect
run,
and be valued, empathy,
right.
know their enneagrams and how to talk to them, you know?
But you also don't like a big mistake. A lot of enneagrams.
Enneagram?
Enea.
Enea?
Enea.
Why the hell is it called that? Why is it called that?
Spelling bees.
Why is it called that?
I don't know.
No, Marcus. Why are you calling
So y'all are taking a test, and this thing has gone so big.
We don't even.
Y'all don't even know the reason why they call it that.
I have no idea.
After somebody's name. Anyway.
Why do you call it a zodiac? Because someone named it that. Like, I don't know. Ask him. This is the kind of interview questions we get. Jeez.
Enneagram.
Why
Enneagram.
Enneagram.
Sure.
That is stupid.
You text me when you take it and you tell me yours.
I can't wait to find out.
After the person that did it.
Right. It's probably someone's last name.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Out here in the field.
You're too much.
I get it. But if I
Dude,
was
I'm proud of you for knowing that.
if I was out here and somebody asked me that, man, have a good day.
You know, one of my artists
Have a
is
good
single and looking.
He's not. Will ain't the one. He will ruin that girl.
Marcus is like,
He will ruin
Marcus
that
is
girl.
single. Nikita, you out there? I'm trying to find you a boyfriend.
Nikita, go the other way. That ain't
He's
it.
gorgeous.
She is stunning.
I'm sure, but
And she's
he
on it.
toxic.
No, are you red flag?
Toxic.
No. Have you been on that? Are you on that group on the Are We Did the Same Guy group?
There.
Have you been
He's
posted?
probably up
I'm
there.
waiting for you. I'll be like, I know Will.
I move a little. I move
Outta here.
stealth every day.
Okay. I'll be waiting for you. On
And
that-
I'm always
on
a
that Facebook.
gentleman.
Of course, I don't.
Well, sometimes the guys on that
I'll
people are
give
like,
that.
all green flags, love him, he's so great. If that happens, I'll be like, just type in red flag.
I'm always a gentleman.
Always.
Toxic. Y'all can listen to him all you want. You can listen all you want. I hear, I see, I watch the real Will.
Oh my God.
You gonna stop acting like? Let me cut my volume down because I'm probably yelling. You gonna stop acting like you something that I don't know.
I'm a gentleman, man.
You are,
A
but
lot
you're
of guys
toxic.
say they are, though. I'll be honest. They're like,
Well,
oh, no, I'm a
You
good
will
guy.
be
I'm like a
hard
gentleman.
pressed to find a woman that will have anything bad to say about
Okay, I'll watch.
See? Look at his face. Oh, we are.
They just
Wait, we
have
have to
anything
mute the
bad to
mics.
say?
What's about to go
What's
down?
bad?
What's bad?
What's bad? Your book.
That I treated her bad. You can say that I never treated her.
Okay, that's a whole nother route. Treating bad. Okay.
No, we need more wine.
Okay.
We don't
We're
take
not gonna do that.
I'm just
This is an
saying.
off the camera conversation. But I'll tell anybody out who's listening, you don't know. Will only got 4 friends, and I'm one of them.
That's okay. I don't have many
His
friends.
sister's
You
2,
don't need a lot of friends.
his mama is 3, and Josh is 4. We're the only friends. Josh Boone.
Boone.
He's the only. We are the only friends. When he get married, it's gonna be us 4 at the wedding.
That's called
not in the
quality
wedding.
over quantity.
No, not in the wedding. At the wedding.
Oh,
We're going to be sitting here, us 4, and he's going to be in the middle.
aw.
He going to say his thing. He going to be like, all right, thank y'all for coming.
Yeah, man.
The end.
It's called an elopement.
If you even
Yeah.
ever get to that point. Anyway,
See. Here's the real will.
You get
Anyway,
married.
your Enneagram.
But that goes back to my number 8.
I
That goes
think
back to
I
my
think you
number
might be
8.
an 8-7.
If I'm in the same
open to being
category as
wrong,
her,
I'm
it's
just
wrong.
saying.
If I'm in the same category as him, it's wrong.
Well, yeah, because you're an 8-7, right?
I'm an 8-7.
Yeah.
I like my freedom.
Well, no, I'm probably I'm in that boat.
I like
A
my
lot of
freedom.
8s end up being Scorpios. Do you have Scorpio anywhere in your chart?
I like my freedom and my
I'm
power.
a Libra, Virgo, Pisces.
Yeah, but what makes
Oh,
you
I see
different
the
is
Pisces in
your
there.
signs.
What's your
Like
Pisces?
you could be an 8-7. What are you, Aquarius?
It's
Yeah,
it's
and
your
he's
moon,
what?
isn't it?
Air,
You're what?
a Libra.
Libra. He's a Libra.
Yeah, so that's why you would be
you're
different. But you
ascendant.
could both be.
But here's the funny
8-7s.
part about it. When's your birthday?
The 5th of October.
Same birthday as my dad.
Really?
Dad's Libra. They are exact same
That's
sign.
crazy.
Okay.
We're both 22nd.
That's one of the reasons why we get around. That's the reason why we get along so
She's
well.
May 22nd, and I'm
March.
Or she's March 22nd. I'm April 22nd.
So I'm a cusp. I'm an Aries Pisces.
Isn't that
cusp. So
crazy?
I'm gonna
Yes.
put that Pisces in there.
We argue about the same thing me and my dad argue about. Same as that
So you have
thing.
daddy issues, is what you're
No,
saying.
no. But their mannerisms of like laid back. My dad knows how to run you up a wall without necessarily raising his voice. He just runs you up a wall, just like Will.
Very gently.
very quiet, very relaxed.
You're like, wait a minute.
How did I end up here?
You're frustrated, and you be like, hey man,
Wait, that's so funny. What just happened?
that my pressure goes up talking to him and Will. They're the same exact sign. It's
Coming
it's
out of your
crazy.
ears. It's great.
So let's land this plane. Give me some. Well, do you have any questions? Because
I did one question because this has been fun. First of all,
You are welcome.
We
did
are
tell
a
you
good
that.
time.
We did
They
say
warned.
you're
They
gonna
said
be
this is gonna be a good one.
That's why when brides book us, they're like, we love your TikToks. So that's why we booked you. And we're
yes.
like, you're welcome.
We are who
So
we are.
speaking, like going off of the team,
Yes.
Yeah.
what advice do you have to people?
Oh, there's a question.
who come in? And I think I heard you guys talk about it earlier. Like they're charging less. What advice would you give them about
Like how to set your rates?
set your rates and attract clients
Well,
that want to pay those?
Yeah, I'll say this. I feel like the word luxury is being thrown around a
Way too
lot.
much.
Way too much.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I love y'all.
Yeah.
I love y'all.
Yeah.
I love y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, that runs us up a wall. Like, bruh,
Listen.
everybody's using the word luxury, and your work is not luxury.
Yeah.
Right. And
Because it's not about how good you are; it's the service too.
Yes.
yeah, there's so much that goes into it. We use that word, but we say we're laid back luxury because if you walk in, there's not a bunch of Chanel everywhere.
Hi, welcome. How are you, ma'am?
We are not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're going to give you top quality work,
With a chill
100%. But we are definitely more chill, right? So when you are trying to figure out your brand and trying to figure out your vibe and what you can give, I would say look at your area because every state and every area is different. So definitely do your research. Look at the average income of families. Look at if you can look at the average wedding cost. That's helpful. Find out what people are paying for photographers. Find out what people are paying for venues, dresses in your area, not just your industry, because that's going to help you range. But also, if you're investing in education, if you're paying to go get certified, if you're paying to learn, that immediately, straight out the gate, you can raise your prices. Always.
Always.
Because you
At least a little bit. $10
You
bucks.
have
something.
to, yes, if you
That's how I
have
feel.
education behind you,
Educate yourself.
yes,
Raise them up.
right, you can raise your prices. But to start off, you do want to find that perfect like middle ground and show up and be who you are, but don't undercut it too much. You know, like you don't want to be charging like $50 for a bridesmaid and like $65 for the bride. Like that doesn't make any sense.
They're gonna book you. You're gonna get booked all the time.
You're going to get awful.
But you're not gonna
not-
get
but
quality
you're-
wedding. You're not gonna get a quality bride.
You're not
Yeah.
going to get a quality bride. So you
They're
kind of
price
really want to,
shopping.
yeah, you kind of want to find who you're marketing to. So whether that be like you make up this person in your mind, like your ideal client would be, you know, a bride, she's 28. She is independent. She has her own job. She's marrying also somebody who is independent, has their own job. They have money to spend. If that's your clientele and that's your person that you're trying to speak to, then you need to talk to that person on social media and your prices need to reflect that.
Right. That person's not going to book a $65 makeup artist.
Right.
They're just not.
But
So,
they're also not going to book somebody who acts corporate either. Like they're going to want somebody who's kind of that laid back luxury. Like they want to feel like they're gaining value, but they're also like people like to pay for things.
yeah,
They
that's
do.
what I was gonna say.
They love to pay for things.
People
Like-
like to spend money.
What
Like,
you're saying is the client, you have to figure out who they are, live in their world,
Yeah.
and the client that you described, I'm seeing, she's already used to spending money,
Yes.
so she spends money on things that are
A value.
of value
Yeah.
and of expense to her.
And it's like the vibe.
Yes,
You know what I mean? I mean, honestly, like people, they like to spend money. Like, why do people buy like, I don't know, expensive purses? Like, can you get the exact same?
everything's an impulse buy.
You know, But what does it feel like when you have that expensive purse? Like, you know what I mean? Like it makes them feel like they're getting something special. Not that they're not getting something special. I'm saying don't undercut yourself because like don't be scared that someone's not gonna just because you won't pay for that service doesn't mean somebody else won't. Like, there's things that I would not pay for, but she might.
Yeah.
Or my other friend might.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, don't, just because you wouldn't pay for it, doesn't make it like somebody else won't. They
Right.
like
But
to
if,
spend money.
but if you've only been like, again,
Start small.
you do have to start small.
Don't
You
be the
have
cheapest in the area.
Don't be the cheapest in the area, though. You kind of have to have that middle ground.
Right.
Stand strong in your pricing, like pick your pricing, but then offer something else. Like, I'm going to give out for, my first year, I'm giving out free hair and makeup previews. That, or I'm giving free travel, but your prices are high.
Right.
So technically you're not really giving it away for free, but you're not going to lose out.
Getting people in your chair. Because you
Yes.
need to get as many
Because
people in your chair as you can.
need turnover and you need business.
Yeah.
So it's just
It's
like,
tricky.
it
It's a lot. It's like a little
is
strategy.
tricky.
Yeah.
It's kind of what I did.
Yeah.
Gave
Yeah.
away compliments.
Styled shoots are great.
Exactly. Exactly.
Get professional photos. Do all the styled shoots you can. I mean, most of those are for free. You're just donating your time. And in return, you're getting like professional photos, which is great that you can create a website. Like, these things are so important.
Yeah.
And then over time, you'll start, like, each year, you should be raising your prices a little bit each year.
We did like $10 a year or something back in the day.
Yeah.
We just raised them recently, like, because of inflation. Like $50.
We didn't
Like,
want
we
to.
really did a big up. But we also been really focusing on actually giving luxury services instead of just calling ourselves that. Like, actually providing like luxury makeup foundations, like actually like high-end products,
Right.
high-end services. And when our
Don't
new
throw that
studio-
in your list if you haven't been doing it for that long.
Right.
Luxury comes with experience. And for people booking, like,
Luxury
these are
is
the
experience,
things.
not a cost, really, too.
you have to give your clients your why. Like, why am I charging this much? But if your prices are cheap, your clients are going to be cheap. And you're going to
you're
get
gonna
cheap
get-
personalities, you're going to get cheap everything.
It's just a constant cycle because they're going to refer you to their friends.
Exactly. That's why we have such great brides. We give it so many
Because they're
girls.
for you,
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
And then not only they see you working,
Yeah.
your next client's already
Yeah.
in that room.
Yeah.
Yep.
In that bridal party. So yeah.
Well,
Thank you, ladies.
Yeah,
Taking
man.
the time to
welcome.
do this. Like, y'all have been great. This has probably been one of the coolest episodes.
Entertaining, to say the least.
they owed us that because they had to wait.
We did. We really had to up our game, making you wait.
But
Look how great.
like you said, y'all check these ladies out. BlushTones, Flawless site. Thank you for watching the Hustle and Motivate podcast. Check us out on the next episode. Always respect the hustle if you earn from it and motivate others in the process. See you on the next one.
And like and subscribe. Appreciate
Oh,
it.
got it.